we got the Dynasty Panic Meter. Okay. In the 2022 offseason, we're going to be looking at a couple players that people might be panicking on, starting with the rookie quarterback class of last year. One of the best classes we have seen in a long time. We're starting with Trevor Lawrence. Didn't look the way that we wanted it to look. And now we're going to say, are we fully panicking, which is a 10, or are we not worried at all? We're chilling, which is a 1. So from a 1 to 10, 1, I'm not panicking. 10, I'm completely out. Panic meter, Trevor Lawrence. Last year, he was a quarterback 22 in Dynasty, 59% pass completion percentage, 3,641 passing yards, 14 touchdowns, had a lot of turnovers, 17 interceptions, 5 fumbles, and put up a nice little stat on the ground with 2 touchdowns. My panic meter from a 1 to 10, I am at a 3.
Oh, okay.
I know this is going to be a lot of people are going to be watching this video who own Trevor Lawrence, or maybe they're looking to go buy Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
Personally, I am not worried, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why. 1, let's just review Trevor Lawrence's rookie year. Okay. Number 1, the Urban Meyer saga.
Classic.
Let's just remember what happened with Urban Meyer this year. Okay. He kicked his own kicker in preseason. He said that all of his coaches were losers, not himself, but his coaches. They were losers.
Right.
After the Thursday night football game versus the Bengals, the entire team flew home, but he stayed behind. Just left the team after taking it out.
Chili's.
Said, actually, I'm going to stay. Video surfaces of a girl twerking on him at his own Chili's franchise. No, it's not a Chili's, but you know what I'm saying.
Chili's, yeah.
The mismanagement of James Robinson, the fight with Marvin Jones. Urban, honestly, he never actually focused on developing Trevor because he was constantly trying to recover his public image.
Right.
Okay. Number 2, injuries to this team. Who was supposed to be his biggest comfort zone? Travis Etienne. Injured before the year, out. DJ Chark injured in the first game or the second game. Jamal Agnew was supposed to be his best weapon. He got injured, and the offensive line was injured throughout the year. And lastly, number 3, the players on his team were constantly underperforming all season. Laviska Shenault was supposed to be a breakout this year. That guy couldn't catch a cold. My guy couldn't catch COVID in the middle of summer break in Florida. Okay. Right. My guy was just underperforming the entire year. And Jacksonville had the 6th most drops in the NFL this year. No one was helping my guy out. Offensive line was ranked 24th by PFF, and the defense gave up the 5th most points.
Right.
Think about that. That's everything that happened this year with Trevor Lawrence. I truly don't believe that we can evaluate him at this time.
Okay.
However, I see all the bad. I see the bad throws. I see the interceptions. But every time I watched him play, I saw glimpses of who he could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Specifically, Week 18 versus the Colts. Okay. Playing a team who just needs to win and get to the playoffs. A very good defense. He was 23 of 32, 223 yards, and 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. Watch this game because this is a Trevor Lawrence I think we're going to see more often next year when there's better weapons around him. But I'm going to give my second year predictions in a second. Before I do that, Badake, where do you sit? Where is your panic meter for Trevor Lawrence?
For me, I'm a little bit on the panicking side. I'm at a 5.5 out of 10. Okay. And I just cannot trust.
I would say anything over a 5 means you're panicking.
Yeah. And the reason, look, I'm not panicking on Trevor Lawrence. I'm not panicking on Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback, the person, the talent. Look, he has all the tangibles. He can make the throw. He has the legs. He has a football IQ. He can do everything and more. Yep. I just cannot trust this Jacksonville organization. And that's my biggest concern. Okay. Yep. I mean, I just don't believe they can or will make him the quarterback that he should become. He should and can become. He was, best quarterback since Andrew Luck, since Peyton Manning. These are big names to go behind, and I don't think this organization can really withstand and build somebody up because they've never really done that. At least, I mean, I haven't seen it. I've looked at the history.
That's true. That's true.
I looked at this history of this, the list of quarterbacks for the Jags. Obviously Blaine Gabbert, Blake Bortles, Chad Henne. Nothing crazy.
Forgetting about Gardner Minshew all of a sudden. Forgetting about my guy Gardner.
Look, I cannot trust the Jags organization to make Trevor Lawrence the quarterback. Maybe they franchise quarterback And I don't think he can be fantasy relevant because I don't think they're going to bring the pieces for him to get ready and develop. So this is why I'm panicking. If Trevor Lawrence went to any other team, I'm buying in. We're chilling. I'm 100% in. I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to see, but I still genuinely do believe in Trevor Lawrence, and I personally think selling him now, you're selling way too low. That would be the wrong move.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about our second year predictions. I understand where you're coming from. I'm hoping the coaching change is someone who can actually develop a quarterback, can bring him along the way instead of recovering his public image every week when some scandal comes out. All right, let's talk about second year predictions. Second year has always been huge for rookie quarterbacks. I mean, this is really where we start to see if they have a good year in year one, can they do it again in year two? If they struggled in year one, can they develop in year two?
Right.
I'm going to give my predictions for the second year. I believe Etienne will be back, and hopefully they get some weapons for Trevor Lawrence either in the draft or in free agency or in the offseason. I mean, I said this on our podcast, but could you imagine Calvin Ridley in Jacksonville?
Right.
They just need one weapon that he can rely on because he didn't have that the entire year. And I think Etienne is going to be so necessary to this offense, and they need a player just like him. I believe in the talent and the profile on Trevor Lawrence, and my prediction for him next year, 64% pass completion percentage, 4,100 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I think he does the same thing on the ground. You know, he doesn't really focus on that, but it's a part of his game that he kind of does if there's nothing else left. And friendly reminder, guys, we don't give rookies any room to make mistakes anymore. Have you noticed that? Like, if a rookie doesn't have a good year, it's like, no, that guy's done.
You know who ruined it? Patrick Mahomes. That's his fault.
Fair enough. Well, when you look at a name that you brought up, Peyton Manning, let's look at his rookie year. He threw 28 interceptions while completing 56% of his passes, and he went 3-13 on a terrible Colts team. Now, I am not going to sit here and say Trevor Lawrence is guaranteed to be as good as Peyton Manning. I'm more wanting to open your eyes and say, pump the brakes, relax. The situation was terrible. No weapons. Everything was against him. I really do believe that he's going to have a better year, and we're going to see signs of improvement from Trevor Lawrence in year two.
Yeah, look, I definitely agree. I think year two is going to be better. There's no doubt about it. You know, if I had to kind of give him a ranking or maybe somewhere I'm comfortable where I can see him finishing, if everything goes right. I mean, with the high ceiling, top 10, top 8 quarterback. If everything goes right, he gets all the weapons. But right now, I can at best I put him as a top 15 quarterback purely based on, you know, head coach, GM, and the weapons around him. Let's just say they bring in a Calvin Ridley. Is that enough? You know, is the offensive line enough? You know, is Marvin Jones going to come for another year? There's so many questions where it's still up in the air for Trevor Lawrence for me.
Yeah.
But I think he was at his rock bottom, in my opinion. He's only going to progress next year. Yeah.
Yeah. The only way up. That's the only way.
Yeah, actually, the only way is up.
All right, so let's talk about his current value for anyone who might have them on the roster or they want to trade for him. Look, I look at this year's draft. You're probably in a super flex league if you're playing Dynasty, which means you can play 2 quarterbacks.
Correct.
Which means quarterbacks become very valuable. I don't think there's a player I would give up. Like in the 2022 draft, there's not a player that I look at and think I would rather have them over Trevor Lawrence right now.
Yeah.
I'm not downplaying that draft, but I just believe in the talent and profile of Trevor Lawrence still. So, I mean, there's not a pick I would rather have than Trevor Lawrence this year, right?
Yeah, I definitely agree. And if I'm going to be, for example, trading a player, I want a high caliber player. I'm thinking, I mean, maybe it's too much. I'm thinking of a Jamar Chase, a Justin Jefferson, and AJ Brown.
You'll never get those guys, unfortunately, for Trevor right now.
Exactly. And that's why, you know, you probably have to hold on with the first round pick, see what you can get. Yeah, but I'm not excited to get anyone in the first round, at least in this 2022 upcoming draft at this moment. You know, we're still doing our scouting process. We're kind of understanding these players. We're going to see what happens. We're really going to see what happens when it comes down to next year.
I'll say this. If you're like, look, I'm out. I'm just out. I'm completely out. One, please don't be, because it's going to get better. But if you have to get value right now, you're selling at an all-time low. I would say in early first, aim for 2023. and a young, talented piece. You're definitely not going to get no Chase or any top 5 wide receivers, but maybe some unproven guys, like the Tonys and the Rondales, those kind of players. Or the Michael Carters. But let us know in the comments. Are you panicking on Trevor? Or are you chilled out? Are you a 0? Are you a 10? Where do you rank?
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch
now,
it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.